So before we get out of here, is there anything at all to say about Rocky Wirtz at this point?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of things to say. What do you want to talk about?
Like, there's just been so much said about it that, you know.
Yeah, and it's old news now because it happened, of course, the day that we did the podcast last time or something. Yeah. So it's been like a week.
We're the sober second thought. We're the Senate of podcasts at this point.
Not always sober, but most of the time.
Certainly second.
Yes. So to me, this whole issue, you know, Rocky Wirtz said what he said. It was like a week ago. Unfortunately,
exactly a week ago.
Yeah, it was unfortunately the same day we did this podcast and afterwards. So we haven't had a chance to address it yet. He said what he said. He did what he did. It was terrible. To me, the issue now is how the NHL chose to deal with it and how Gary Bettman chose to deal with it. And I was appalled. I was absolutely appalled at how the NHL dealt with this whole situation.
Yeah.
To slough it off as a moment, like that's what he said, and that's why I said it earlier in the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Like to slough it off as him having a moment, like that's we've had the time, and that's what we're going with here.
Yeah.
Is he had a moment?
Yeah.
Players have moments all the time. Coaches get fined for having moments. You know, the New York Rangers had a moment last year when they criticized George Peros. You know, just because he had a moment doesn't mean that he's absolved of any wrongdoing, and the fact that he put out some kind of apology.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it and you go, oh, the guy is one of Gary Bettman's most trusted allies. Oh, he's on the executive committee of the Board of Governors. Oh, he's on the finance and audit committee of the Board of Governors, the two most powerful committees on the Board of Governors. He's like among the most powerful of the most powerful.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah. I was really, really disappointed. Like, to say it's a moment and to say, you know, they're doing all these great things, and that was a bail. That was a huge bail.
I mean, everything's been said about it. There's nothing more for me to say. It was stupid. It was incredible that he did not come up with an answer to that question the first time that he was speaking publicly.
Yeah.
But none of this is even me saying it, because it's been said a million times, either on Twitter, on other podcasts, etc. The only thing that I'll say, and I'll add to this, is that his son's name is Danny, right? It was Danny that tried to speak up.
Yeah.
And he hushed.
Yeah.
I hope that Danny saw that and said what we all say at some point in our lives: I never want to become my father.
Yeah.
Because I think that Danny was genuinely embarrassed.
Of course he was. First of all, the question was directed to him.
Right.
And Rocky stepped in, and then he tried to assuage people. He tried to make something, chicken soup out of chicken poop, right? And he tried to jump in there and do the right thing, and then got completely shot down and completely shut down.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, wow, like really, how much power do I have? None.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the fact that he tried, like I'm just an optimistic guy by nature, and so the fact that he tried, and the fact that he tried to stand up to his dad, and the fact that he's more in charge of day-to-day operations, I think hopefully is a good omen. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
As far as Rocky goes, like what more can I say? It was gross. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It was reprehensible that he blamed Kyle Beach for his organization's misdeeds. Oh yeah. Like that's like the definition of victim blaming.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you put it in a dictionary, you just say, see Rocky Wirtz.
And Gary Bettman was right on with that. He was right on board with that, because
exactly.
he said, and you know what? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he probably would have used different words, but the optics were terrible. Where he said, because of Kyle Beach And because of what happened to Kyle Beach, you know, this organization has been through so much, and it's been frustrating and emotional, and like, wow, you had a couple of days to figure this one out, and that's what you came up with. And
that's exactly what I was going to say, is that he had a couple of days. These weren't just the first words that came to his head. The camera didn't just pan to Gary Bettman, who tried to settle the waters at that point.
Right.
This was like Gary Bettman, like, okay, what should I do?
Yeah.
Who should I blame this on? The communists? No. No. Let's see. Oh, the victim. The victim of the whole affair. So, whatever.
Yep.